Hello again everyone, welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10. We aren't starting off today's episode looking at the quest book, we're actually going to be looking here. We're underneath our quantum computer, and I've created a hole about the same size, because I found out that well, this looks buggy. Ooh, cool. Yeah, I found out that there's like a multi-block for pattern, like there's a pattern provider multi-block. So I want to build that. Spoilers, I've actually already built it. I already know what this is going to look like, and I already know that it does work. So this is kind of exciting for me because this actually solves a few of the issues that I felt that our system was having, in that it just kind of felt slow with the pattern providers that I had. So being able to use this pattern provider and this assembler will be kind of a blessing for us. It'll make some of the crafts way faster, so we won't have to worry so much about it. On the outside, you build like a square using assembler matrix frames, and then you build the walls using these assembler matrix walls. On the inside, you can only put 5 of these speed cores, and then you can put however many you want of the pattern cores and the craft cores. I'm just going to do 60-60 because it's an even amount. You could do whatever. So the last piece of the puzzle, which I guess I haven't shown here, is that I do have a smart cable coming in from above. Once we put this here, this will now be the multi-block, which it actually has a lot of room. Like, it's kind of hard to tell here how much room it has. And I already have the patterns here. So let me add these patterns in here, and I'll show you what it looks like to try to craft something. The assemblers are now gone from up here. And down here, this thing pretty much ate all of those recipes, and it has way more room for more. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Let's try to craft. I need to craft a dimensional seed. Remember, I wanted to get the achievements. It's the only one I need is this. So I need to craft 531,000 netherrack. Let's see how fast this is. This doesn't even tell us the status of it, but it's already done. So that's pretty quick. This thing will speed up a lot of our progression, or at least a lot of our crafts. I don't know how much large crafting we're going to be doing, but that's very useful for us. I totally forgot to mention, the reason I wanted to start crafting some of this stuff is so that I could get that achievement. I think I've already picked up most of these, except for that one that was missing. So this netherrack should give us the quests for the dimensional seed, which we already have crafted right here. So, okay, I think I already mentioned this last episode. Yep, here's the quest screen, and you guys knew it was going to come up. I want to start making the antimatter pellets, as well as the gravitational modulating unit. I think for today's goal, I'd like to get this done. The thing preventing us from making this is actually HDPE sheets, which are pretty easy to make, all things considered, because all we need are HDPE pellets, which come from Substrate, but the Substrate you need liquid ethene for. To make liquid ethene, you need to make ethene. To make ethene, you need to make a PRC. It's a bit of a process, but it should be something that we can do and accomplish here. Yeah, we have pretty much everything we need. I would like to keep it somewhere nice and organized, either on this wall or on this wall, maybe even both. Get the electrolytic separator here, and then like have dimensional tanks like on both sides. Here's our electrolytic separator. We care about 2 outputs. We can put a flux accessor here, which will give this power. We can use a sink, and this will start separating. I want to make sure that we dump the excess, because we won't need it. I've already added quantum entangle porters into our automation. So I want to create quantum entangle porters. I want to create one for hydrogen. I want to create one for oxygen. Put one of them here, put the other one here. We'll set one of them to oxygen. And I should have disabled this first. If you guys copy this, make sure you go in here and you clear this out. Output 1 is hydrogen. We now have hydrogen and oxygen going into these, and they're labeled correctly. You can tell because it says chemical hydrogen, hydrogen is going in. So that's good. We now have production of that. The next thing I think is we want to make biofuel. Normally we would want to create biofuel out of something. We already should have biofuel coming out of something though. So if we go into our compact machine, We have this like villager breeding area that I don't think is doing all that great because I haven't really maintained it. What we care about is grabbing the oak drawer here so we don't have to use another entangle block or another channel. Here is a crusher with all the upgrades it can have. We'll be passing from that drawer that has potatoes. I could quantum entangle this too. Maybe it would be funnier, or might be better for connections. We'll have potatoes here, input from the right, output to the left. Oh yeah, there you go. There's some biofuel. Let me pick up a little bit. That's that step. The next step is a PRC. It is PRC time. Here's our first PRC. PRCs are really annoying. We need power from the bottom. Let's do this underground actually. Flux accessor up here. PRC here. So it should get power. We need to use, unfortunately, every side here. Left side here will give us biofuel. Set this to hydrogen. Chemical output eject auto. There we go. Hey, and this is working well. So we're now getting ethylene and we're getting substrate. Ethylene goes to the back. We want a drawer in the front. Or at least I want a drawer. And can we still access this? We can. Output auto eject. Good. Does this get used for anything? No. Other than what we're already going to use it for? No. Ethene goes in here. And maybe we don't care so much. Maybe we do something like this. To go from ethene to liquid ethene, we need a rotary condensator. We've already crafted one of these before. And we just crafted another one. So rotary condensator here. That's good. And then now we can throw down our entangleporter. You guys think this is a bad idea, having so many quantum entangleporters? I'm not sure yet. What I do know is that we are now getting liquid ethene in our quantum entangleporter. Now that we have that, we need another PRC. How do I do this? I guess I could just do it from here. Just from here, add cables on this side, liquid ethene, auto output chemicals. Oh, it's a liquid. Whoops. Output auto. There we go. PRC should now give us something. Now it's giving us the HDPE pellets that we needed. Here's a purification chamber that'll give us like 6 quests. We're going to transporter this into an entangled block. It'll be in here. Pellets going into here. Perfect. Yep, HDPE pellets are going up in our inventory. So that's part 1 of our mission pretty much done. Now I just need to add some automation for the sheets. And here are our HDPE sheets. Oh, actually, you know what? I think earlier I said that I could craft maybe the gravitation modulation unit, but in reality, I don't think I can yet. Module base, I should be able to make this. Here's this, but can I even make anything else? I guess I can make some of these things. Can I upgrade my suit to the mecha suit now? No, not yet, because I still need polonium and antimatter. Oh, this recipe change is crazy. Or is this normal? I can't remember. It didn't take as long as I thought it would to start making HDPE sheets though, so that's pretty good. Okay, all of that, where does that leave us now? Got a bunch of junk out of quests. I don't think there's enough time to do more. Like, I'd like to start getting into the nuclear reactor, but I don't think we have time to do that. Maybe we just quickly automate something. I should actually really quick do some math. How many of these do I need to make the star? Oh, I can't see that on my screen. I don't think you guys will be able to see this. Let me see if I can fix that. I need 3 times compressed Nether Star blocks by a lot. Can you not make the recipe through the star? You have to use the runic star altar? That's interesting. I guess I never looked at this. I need 15 3 times compressed blocks. So how many is that? Here's those patterns. If I just throw this recipe in here, it does look like I have all of those things that I need. I don't need the dimensional seed. We can just throw it back in here. Yeah, I have enough nether stars to craft that. So we just need these things. Wow. Let's go ahead and just craft those 15 stars. That's so fast. Alright, so that's one of the items in the star. Let's really quickly make the pocket storage, because I think this is something else we should be able to craft. Pretty sure there's nothing bad here. I think this mod, this pocket storage mod, is like a dank. Oh, for this. Oh, we're pretty close to this too. Then I think that kind of leaves us in a pretty decent spot for next episode. We should be good to create the reactor next episode. So I look forward to doing that. I think that'll wrap up this episode. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.